The road to Redbull Wololo Legacy is very much underway, and we've got a fantastic matchup between Wham and Kasva in pool number 2 as a quarterfinals. As you can see, that's actually match B, and the winner of this, Wham versus Kasva, will go on to face, well, either the Muslim or Recon. We've casted that game in the video before this in the playlist, so if you're interested in that matchup, do take a look, but we're going to be focusing on Wham and Kasva today. Best of 5. The first match is on Dry Arabia. And on the north corner of the map, we've got Wham playing as the Mongols, and in blue that is. And in the south, we have got Kasva playing red as the Delhi Sultanate. We see a barracks next to the OV already for Wham, with Mongols sending 2 spearmen. I suspect we'll be seeing a villager going forward as well, which Kasva does spot. Will be looking to deal out some damage. The wolf is on the case as well. And so Wham will have to pull back with that villager just a little bit, but I suspect we'll be going forward with the spears. And dropping some outposts is commonly the thing that's done now with the Mongols. The outpost rush to start things off and then fast castle in behind that. We shall see if that's what Wham decides to do. Talking about a spawn, actually, let's take a look at the gold situation. Yeah, the gold situation is pretty nice. It's at the back, relatively easily wallable, all things considered. Could be better. Sometimes you get the wood and the gold right next to each other. The over is pretty well protected at the back as well. And we see now Kasva going to be at the mercy of an outpost rush from the Mongols. Is not ideal for him. These gold villagers are going to be put under pressure. In terms of his map, it does have relatively safe berries at the back, but nothing is really safe from the Mongols outpost rush. A lot of sheep coming in. Looks like Kasva's trying to get some palisade walls up. I don't know how I'll feel about that. That will help protect the gold, but the issue for him is that the berries will be denied. An outpost here that goes up from Wham will be able to range the berries, and so the berries will be at risk here. And the berries is obviously what the Delhi Sultanate would like to rely on. There are 2 scouts on the field though for Kasva, so plenty of sheep to rely on if he does need to. That is one positive thing he has, that if he needs to rely on sheep he can underneath the town centre. He's got that mosque, he's getting a piety, and he's getting upgrades from the mill as well. Wheelbarrow, obviously free for the Delhi Sultanate. And in fact the spearman just passed through. Garrison didn't happen in time, does lose a bit of HP. Kasva looking to extend the walls, but the spearman now in and going to harass the villagers on gold, not ideal. We're going to siege down the gold mine, the mining camp. That's going to be a problem because we're going to get a raiding bonus. You can't even delete this now, Kasva, otherwise he will lose the mining camp and cause the raiding gold to come in for Wham. But Kasva does go to the next stage with the Dome of the Faith. Looking to push this back with 2 villagers though. The villager is pushed back for Wham, but not for too long. The scouts are going to be harassed by the spearman. Good micro here. Kasva managing to keep that scout alive, but the spearman going to push forward. The outpost, as we said, is going to go up and deny the berries. And that's a bit of a problem you feel for Kasva, because he's not going to get that food income that he really wants. As you can see, these 2 spearmen are going to slowly take away this mining camp and get the raiding bonus. That's going to help Wham get himself up to the castle age, or sorry, food age rather, even quicker. Needs a little bit more food and a decent amount more gold. Is he actually on gold yet? Yeah. He's going to be sending 3 villagers there, but getting some gold from this raiding bonus anyway once it goes on fire. And you'll see Wham getting up to the food age relatively quickly above this. The villagers are going to try and take out a spearman. Does get some hits for free, but not going to be able to kill them off. The spearman run off. The mining camp almost destroyed. Not repairing it though, Kasva, just yet. There's the raiding bonus. That pops in there. You see Wham's gold income just shot up there for a second. More spearmen heading in, and villagers being denied here on gold. This is an issue because it means Kasva won't be able to afford any scholars. And that means the research time will be even slower, and that's the whole point of the Dome of the Faith, really, to be able to produce those scholars. Oh my god, there's going to be another outpost. The village does go down though, so this will probably be cancelled. Unless Wham decides to send another villager, which is entirely possible. Going to try and snipe a villager using the maneuver signal. And does get a villager there. Loses a spear, but totally worth it for Wham. Holy smokes, this game is starting off with a bang. First game of the set, first game of the best of 5. The stone is being put down by Wham. Getting to the next stage. When he does, arrow slits will be coming into place, I'm sure. There is the feud age for Kasva though, probably going to drop it down an archery age, that's what we normally expect anyway. We shall see if that's what Kasva decides to do. Doesn't have enough wood for it yet though, he's going to get a lot of villagers onward, 13 of them at the moment. He needs to get that wood count for the production buildings, that's for sure. Wham, on his way, almost a third of the way there to the feudal age. Scholars are coming out though, healing up the villagers. There's one very low HP villager there. Yeah, 4 villagers on gold. You expect a fast castle behind this for Wham. A lot of idle villagers, not enough sheep. Needs to get some pastures on the field. But busy microing here. Loses a spearman. Might lose a second though. Just gets away with it. Horsemen. I said the scouts looking to siege down the outpost, but I'm not sure it's going to be in time. So one big feature I've noticed about defending outpost rushes is you want to siege this outpost down as soon as you can, especially if your opponent gets to feudal edge, because once they get to feudal edge, then the Aeroslit's technology will be coming in. Looks like Kasva will be pushing this back slightly though. Having to build another mining camp doesn't seem to be too efficient. Could be another tile, so tile away. He does replace that, yeah. He refreshes that, as you'd expect. Yeah, this is it. So new age comes in for Wham. Kasva immediately pushing villagers out to siege down that outpost. Might lose a village or two, considering there is a villager garrison or spearman garrison in. But actually, we'll be able to siege it down quick enough. And that's actually a good pushback for Kasva. It has been delayed significantly, to be fair, and this allows Wham to be aggressive in terms of his food gathering, sending 8 villagers in the wilderness for the deer. Right, the outpost does go down, spearmen die as well. Do one more spearman harassing villagers. See Kasva trying to wall up here, but can't quite manage it because of the Khan being in the way, but there are archers on the field, so Wham should be able to do some damage, but arrow maneuver going with the hardened Khan now. The Khan will get away with it, I suspect. And now Kasva completing those walls on the right side. Trouble is for Kasva though is that this woodline is relatively exposed on the front line. Could need to transition and move to the woodline here if he's under pressure, because you expect maybe the outpost rush isn't over for the Mongols. Because he does have a window of opportunity if he gets horsemen on the field, to be able to snipe the archers and actually send another villager for an outpost. We shall see if that's what he decides to do. The match is certainly heating up. 8 minutes on the clock. There is the Khan dying to the archers. It's a running joke that with the Mongols, without the Khan it's GG, but there's plenty of time left in this game. Wham! Did quite a bit of early damage, has to be said. Let's take a look at the villager count, because it's 28 for Wham, 23 for Kasva, a lot of idle time, lots of villagers going down. 5 villager advantage here already for Wham. That's actually huge when you think about it. Archers and stable. Looks like he's going to supervise, so Kasva's going to go quite heavy on the feudal age. I mean, he's not really producing anything. He's got 3 horsemen queued up actually, so that's going to be helping his position. An outpost goes down there for Wham to protect the sacred site. This is a very nice addition here, because of course the Delhi Sultanate, they often do look to get the sacred sites, obviously getting sanctity, which enables them to get sacred sites before the castle age, and the sacred sites generate 50% more gold. Obviously with an outpost there, with arrow slits coming in, that's going to be problematic. It's not going to happen for that sacred site, at least for quite a while. Blacksmith going to go down for the free upgrades that will be sorely needed for Kasva. Might need some siege engineering or rams to clear up those outposts, so we might need to get a critical mass of horsemen in order to siege it down. There is sanctity. Might look to move out forward. I'm not sure if he sees that outpost in the middle. If he doesn't, he might be sending a scholar out to his death. Just like horsemen and archers is the army composition for the Delhi Sultanate so far. There's Wham doubling down on the horsemen. I can see Wham's food income is fantastic with the deer. This is really being effective here. And he's got, okay, he hasn't got wheelbarrow yet, but no worries, he's going to get lots of deer food here. As you can see, almost going to be clicking up to the castle age in an insane time here, 10 minutes. This is a very, very clean build from Wham, it has to be said. Kasva stuck in the feudal age. Committing with horsemen will need to do some damage with that investment. And the trouble is that it can't get too much damage. Often with the Mongols, the woodline is always safe. The gold line is behind there. If he walled up on the side, he'd be totally safe. He's going up with this step redoubt. No surprises there. And I think Kasva's going to be in for a rude awakening when he sees a castle age coming in for Wham. Fantastic game so far. I'm really looking forward to how the June monthly finals progress. We've seen some great sets already, and we're on the quarterfinals at the moment, so do stick around if you want to watch the whole series of games. I'm going to be uploading them on the thumbnail. They have the numbered. The thumbnails are numbered in terms of order of the videos, if you're interested in watching everything. Now we see 4 scholars going forward with the army looking to secure the central sacred site. It just begs the question whether you go for another sacred site instead of the central one. The other sacred sites would likely to be unprotected. But he's looking to siege down the outpost, and the scholars will heal the horsemen that are being targeted. But the scholars being targeted, but they will heal themselves up on the left side. There's a scholar going outside to that other sacred site, and should be able to get hold of this one now. Wham reaches the castle age. That is a huge, huge thing. Almost 11 minutes on the clock, but it means that we'll be able to pop out lancers. Got double stable. It will be lancers on the menu. Actually, maybe lancers or horsemen. Yeah, it is lancers. Lancers are being queued up. Double production because of the over as well. Kasva sees that happening, or he sees that they're stables. Now, the central sacred site has been taken for Kasva. That will certainly be helpful for his gold income. The trouble is for Kasva is that his units here, whilst he has a lot more of military on the field, 22 military to be exact, versus 3 for Wham. Wham is not really in any pressure because As soon as he gets a couple of lancers on the field, maybe 4 or 5 lancers will clear this all up, as long as the scholars aren't behind. If the scholars are behind, that does change the issue. And the thing is that the horsemen are going to try and catch up to the Khan. The Khan manages to pull away. And now Wham is going to have to be defensive slightly. But once he gets a couple of lancers in the field, he'll be absolutely fine. There are 3 lancers on the field now. Can be aggressive with those numbers even. Khan looking to run away. Second sacred site looking to be taken by Kasva with the horsemen and 4 scholars, no less. Walls up, yeah, there we go. Walls are going up now for Kasva, looking to protect himself because he is in feudal age, stuck in feudal age for now against Castle Age army coming forward. Won't want to get raided by the lancers. So a nice move there by Kasva to wall up. Trying to wall up the sacred site, but we'll have these army sniped by the lancers. There's just 1 lancer will be enough there to deal with that. So the archer is being pulled back by Kasva. And looks like Wham is going to look to decap the sacred site in the centre. And on the west as well with the 2 lancers. There are scholars there looking to heal up any damaged units. And as you can see now, the map control vastly in Wham's control because of the army and the military that he has. Again, moving towards the berries to get more food, fund the knight, the lancer production. Right, 13 villagers, I believe, on the gold mine, plus 50% on to that, because that separate out does increase the gold drop-off by 50%, so it's a really effective economic bonus with that landmark. Less Sacred Site is actually still under the control of Kasva, and is the central one. Wham didn't manage to decap it. It looks like the walls are going up for Kasva. But these ones are pretty flimsy, so Lancer might start to get in. Gonna kill the archers there. Desperately trying to get the palisades up. Left-sided Sacred Site is now being decapped. 4 Lancers on the field. Looking to run in. Might be looking to damage this woodline that's relatively exposed as we discussed earlier. Pretty wide open. 2 scholars are heading back. And looking to go towards the mosque perhaps. Okay, Spearman could look to defend the position. Do get some good free hits on the Lancers, but again, Lancers managed to back away. But good trade there to start off with the Kasva. 3 Lancers here looking to try and decap the central Sacred Site. Archers do go down. The left side of the Sacred Site does go down as well. And this is a problem for Kasva's not being able to get the gold from these Sacred Sites, which is what the Dedi often rely on. Lancers are going to dive right in on Kasva's gold line, and there's going to be a massacre here. Okay, actually a lot of charge tech, but no villagers going down. I suspect Kasva got textiles actually. Yeah, Kasva got textiles, that's a really important upgrade. He doesn't lose a single villager, guys. Textiles really saves them, and he actually gets quite a few hits on the Lancers. One of them might go down potentially. Manages to get away with it. Get away with it. And combat of the defender is going up for Kasva. Doesn't have any stone though, so won't be able to build any stone walls with infantry anyway. Looking to try and wall the Lancers in, try and trap them, doesn't get the wall in time. There is the age up for Kasva. Kasva gets up to the castle age at around 14 minutes. And now in the central Sacred Sites. The central Sacred Site is still under Kasva's control. That's actually quite key. The wood line being completely harassed though. Kasva struggling for wood. Literally has no villages on wood. Needs to migrate to this east wood line, I suspect. But Wham, quite happy to take the trade here, causing a lot of idle time. And that is the key, because now Wham will have the superior economy. 42 villagers for Kasva, 45 for Wham. So Wham hasn't been able to maintain the villager lead as he had once earlier in the game, but is now going to be picking up the relics on the map. That's going to be huge. That infinite gold trickle for the Mongols will be powerful, and of course Kasva has got to the Castle Age himself, so we'll be looking to maybe get some relics of his own, but doesn't have the map control on the field at present. Ooh, the Knights there, the Lancers are going to take a good, decent fight-ish, but there are lots of spearmen there. I think Wham's looking just to trade here effectively. They will clear this up, but not without losses. See the pastures starting to gather a number around the primary town centre. Wham is collecting a lot of wood. I suspect for maybe a second town centre. 700 wood for a second town centre for the Mongols. That's probably what it's for, because Wham, you know, with the quality of players we're dealing with here, they don't tend to float resources without a purpose. We hear relics being picked up. A Wololo down the south. Almost the Lancers are going to walk in. No, they're going to back off at the right time. Wham's on point. He pays attention. Maybe he would have lost 3 Lancers there if he wasn't careful. And instead, I think he's going to snipe the monk. Or the scholar, rather. But there are 4 spearmen there, so might not be able to do it too easily. All the villagers almost got sniped, but they pulled back. Kasva's paying attention. And he's going to be building a house there with those villagers. Stop them from being idle. Outposts going on this right Sacred Site. Again, problematic for Kasva, not being able to obtain the Sacred Sites. Part of his bonus being denied there. And the scholar will take in the relic. These villagers will be under pressure here. 3 Lancers going to swoop past, not going to damage them, no attack move. That's a bit of a shame, because Wham could have got some value out of that. We'll look to get 1 villager at least, I suspect. 1 villager does go down. Spearmen come out to defend this position. Outpost not quite up yet. The one relic is in the kitty for Wham, getting a second already. 46 villagers for Kasva, 50 for Wham. Oof, Lance is diving in on that wood line again, relatively exposed. Kasva really going to be struggling for wood again, once again, and the Lance here for Wham, happy to dive this. Only 2 Lancers in defense for Kasva, going to be taken down. More Lancers do get a charge attack on this, but again, Wham quite comfortable to take the trade. He's idling 6 villagers, idling a lot of wood villagers as well. Picks another one off because that one came out a bit prematurely. She was destined for some wood. She desperately needed the firewood. Maybe it's a cold day or dry Arabia. Okay, Lancers are starting to dwindle in numbers. Wham starts to pull out using the Khan. Doesn't have the ability left though, so only 2 Lancers there, relatively weak. Kasva pushes that back. Game heating up here. 17 minutes on the clock. Left side is Sacred Site being taken by Wham rather than Kasva. Mongols looking to get the Sacred Sites and also another relic. 2 relics already in the bag, 3rd one coming in shortly. And a little bit of an extension here for Kasva with 2 outposts. No Arislets though, so we'll need to keep an eye on those villagers to garrison if he does get assaulted on that side. No relics in place for Kasva just yet. So static in terms of, well, trickles of gold. Infinite gold is nothing's coming in for Kasva on that front, which is so surprising as a Delhi Sultanate. Wham, on the other hand, has got 3 relics now. 2 in his control. I think another one's on the way. And does have that Sacred Site. Or did have the Sacred Site. I'm not sure what happened to that. I think the Scholar must have got, the Shaman must have got taken out. It's going for the central Sacred Site now, but actually Kasva might deny that with the Lancers and the Spearmen. It's not actually going there in that direction though. There we are. The Shaman is bringing relics here. 4 relics. Holy smokes, that gold income's going to be insane. That's going to be 400 gold per minute for the Mongols. Well, Lancer wrapping around here. Going to get some villager picks here. Kasva having to garrison in. No, not enough space. There are 3 extra villagers there. Lancer decides to back off. But Wham's food economy entirely idle. 10 villagers idled. 46 only for him already anyway. And 10 of them are idled. And Lancer going to sweep around for Kasva, trying to get a raid in there. But with the 2nd town centre now up, Wham's going to really start to lead with those villager counts. He's going to continue to bolster his economy. And Kasva may need to think about going for a 2nd town centre himself. Otherwise he will run the risk of falling behind. The only other option is to go for a really full aggressive castle age and try and convert those resources into army. But again, the villagers on food being denied here. 5 villagers being idled quite severely. Okay, 1 relic does get put in place for Kasva. And the Spearmen going to go outside on the left side. Actually, the backing off, you just feel like you need to keep a couple of Spearmen there just in case the Lancers wrap around again. Wham's doing a good job of that, just cycling through. And Wham taking a bad fight here. Kasva looking to take some of these outposts down. We'll be sniping some villagers here, taking down the outposts with the siege torch effect from the spears and the Lancers. A decent pushback here from Kasva. Nice fight here. But it's getting a little bit hurt by the garrisoned outpost with Arislets. Scholars continue to be produced. This is the issue, that if you have the waypoint of the scholars into the mosque, it's hard because if there's a relic in there, it continuously takes the relic out. That needs to be fixed. It's kind of annoying if you play this the Delhi. Looks like now Sacred Sites look on the right side being decapped. There was two Shamans there that could be taking care of that. Central Sacred Site, Kasva looking to get that Sacred Site again. But there's an outpost going up with a villager, but Kasva's going to send the 2 horsemen. There is the Khan there, but it won't be doing enough. Villager will go down there building the outpost. Lancers there again looking to try and get value on that deer patch. Do have to back off there. A group of them, a good 6 of those veteran Lancers now. Not veterans, sorry, just regular Lancers. Lancers going to take a trade on the Spearmen. There is a Sacred Site being activated on the right side with 2 scholars healing up the units. Crossbow has been started to be produced by Wham. It's a nice transition to crossbows, spears it seems. Lancers still being added, but 4 relics. The gold income will be crazy for Wham. Let's take a look at the gold income per minute. 1200 versus 300. That is such a big difference, and Kasva's going to struggle if that continues. Kasva now looking to wall up that central Sacred Site. Wants to keep hold of it for as long as he can. Spearman looking to raid here. Does lose a lot of Lancers on that raid though, Wham. And Spearmen aren't going to be able to delay things for too much longer. They're going to be taken down by the Arislets. Now other villagers are adding into the mix. They're going for the berries, for the food. Okay, Kasva does have the central Sacred Site. Is looking to keep hold of that for as long as he can, but Wham is not happy about it. He's going to try and break through. On the west side, there is an outpost looking to go up. It doesn't happen. Sacred Site is captured by Kasva. It's a fantastic game so far in this best of 5. Let's take a look at the village count. 53 for Kasva, 74 for the Mongols, played by Wham. You just get the feeling the longer this game goes on, the macro approach for Wham behind this with the second town center is really going to pay off because it's got lots of military on the field. You can just spam units at this point with the economy he's got. Really nice pressure being put by Wham, both economically and militarily. Central sector now being neutralized. As we're not able to keep hold of it for too much longer, and the west one. The sacred site on the right side has been caught for quite some time by Wham. It's protected by the outpost with arrow slits and placements, which means really it's Kasva is struggling to get the sacred sites. It's actually the Mongols that are getting hold of them. Look at this army here, spamming these units. 34 military on the field for Kasva, 40 for Wham, and Kasva has a weaker economy as well. Does manage to get a Lancer snared there. There are lots of crossbows in behind. There's no heavy armored units here for Wham. The crossbows aren't going to do as much damage as perhaps archers would have. Okay, Kasva pretty badly pop capped. Wham on the other hand obviously doesn't need to build houses as the Mongols. And Kasva's going to get raided here on the left side. There's a Wololo going on somewhere. I don't quite see where that is. No, it's a Khan Rising actually. The villagers do get pulled away on the stone. Again, being idled very heavily. Sprinkled and places will take care of the knights, but relatively slow. She will die, I'm afraid. And again, now Kasva is starting to push forward a little bit, but there are mangonels on the field. If these mangonels do get built, that could pose a problem for Kasva. I won't want to let that happen. Oh, the mangonels aren't quite being ready yet. The spearmen are going to take a fight here against the crossbows. Kasva microing this relatively well. Spears on spears, crossbows in behind for Kasva. Not a bad fight for Kasva, but there are crossbows now joining the fight for Wham. Now Kasva does have to retreat. Behind this though, he's looking to get a keep. But if he can't hold this position, then they're going to lose a lot of villagers. On the west side, on the stone, there's still these villagers garrisoned and idled, unfortunately for Kasva. Obviously having to deal with a lot here on the front lines already. And Wham looking to deny the keep, but I'm not sure he's going to manage it. There are lots of spearmen there. Actually, Wham getting the better trades here, it seems, overall. Wham does retreat. He doesn't want to take a fight unnecessarily. He's going to concede this area for Kasva and the keep. But there are mangonels on the field, so that's going to help his position for Wham. Keep will go up, but at what cost? Wham looked to put an outpost on the stone outcropping. Didn't quite manage it though. Thing to consider is that Wham does have 2 sacred sites and 4 relics. That gold income is going to be insane. We'll be able to produce lots of units. 3 mangonels on the field. Looking towards going for the west side now, it seems, as an approach for Wham, or maybe just misclick with that mangonel. Rather far forward, has to be said. Okay, this could be a staging ground for Kasva to push on from, but Wham, looking strong with the military numbers. He's got a traction trebuchet as well. Look to try and take down that keep slowly but surely. 147 population for Wham, only 93 for Kasva, 56 villages versus 86. That economy will just continue to widen, especially because the Delhi only have 1 town centre and they don't have the sacred sites to compensate. If anything, Wham's got the sacred sites. We hear the sound of an elephant. There might be desperate measures here. Sending scholars forward. Looks like the push is happening now. Kasva is on a timer. Wants to push the issue before he starts to get out of control. There is a Springall going forward, looking to try and snipe the siege. Holy smokes, that's a lot of siege though for Wham. Kasva bringing back the Springall. The 4 trebuchets will make quick work of the castle, the keep. Villagers on hand to try and repair the Springall. Springall looking to get some value here. Maybe look to snipe a Mangonel or so. Mangonel's going to look to try and take down the Springall. The Springall looking to be repaired by the villagers. It does take 1 Mangonel, but looks like there's a Springalls and Mangonels firing at the Springall there for Kasva. Kasva keeps it alive with the repair, but does lose a villager. And the Springall's going to be heading back, but probably will take a bad shot in the next volley and be taken out. But Kasva doing fantastically well. Good value with the Springall. He does lose the Springall now. Good value nonetheless. A trebuchet, counterweight trebuchet in behind. But will it be enough? Because there are 3 trebuchets there assaulting this keep, and that's going to deplete the wood resources for Kasva. Kasva's going to struggle for wood, that's for sure, relatively keep. Going to have a keep put defensively to protect this wood line as well, which has been under attack for a very long period of time. The outpost does go up eventually for Wham. That's actually huge. If he gets arrow slits and Springall emplacements, that's going to deny that stone outcropping. Looks like horsemen, the lancers are trying to raid on the right side for Kasva. Needs to get some villager picks because He is very far behind. Oh, he might notice the gold. If he does, this could be huge. The separate out is moving out to the right side. Kasva does notice it, but a bit too late. Oh, wait, what? No! He's missed out. He missed out on a lot of villager kills there. Maybe 2 or 3, really. Or grand scheme of things. But actually, really, Wham wouldn't mind. It wouldn't be the end of things because 98 villagers versus 60. The economy is huge here for Wham. And down on the west side, another outpost going up. This stone mine, holy smokes. These villagers will be going down. Has he got the spring of replacement? He does indeed. She dies a very painful death. This is looking bad. Kasva doesn't notice this, I think. But that's actually an issue. He's focusing more on the front line here, trying to keep the keep alive. Trying to pressure here. He's losing villagers though on the left side. On the right side, trying to get a decap on the sacred side. Not an option with the number of spearmen and outpost defenses there. Villagers are still going down. It's not noticed. Kasva has not pulled the villagers away. Textiles are going to help somewhat, but holy smokes, that's pretty bad. Apologies for the brief interruption there, but the new Khan rises for the Mongols, played by Wham. Kasva is building up quite a force there. We'll need to push the issue though, because he's behind, and I think he calls it. Holy smokes, there is the GG. Kasva loses the castle. He sees the oncoming Mongol army pressuring. Kasva knows he's beaten in this first game of the best of 5. Wham takes the first game on Dry Arabia. Guys, we've got the second game coming right up. Don't go anywhere. It's going to be a banger of a set, I'm sure. We shall see if Kasva can pull one back. Welcome to game number 2. Kasva is going to want to pull one back. Wham got the lead. He took the first game of the set on Dry Arabia. And in this second game, we have got Danube River. On the right side, we've got Wham playing in blue as the Holy Roman Empire. And on the west side, we've got Kasva playing also as the Holy Roman Empire. It's going to be a mirror match on Danube River. It kind of makes sense because Danube River is one of those games, one of those maps where it takes a bit of time to get going. There's a bit of... the map is quite big. You're quite far away from each other. You've got the time to get to that castle age. And well, Holy Roman Empire seems to be the masters of the fast castle build. So I suspect it's going to be a double fast castle. We're going to skip feudal age entirely. At least that's what we're expecting. We'll never know until we find out. You see Kasva going for the fishing on the shorefish there, getting a duck nice and early. Now with the mirror match, really you can start to compare the builds. We can see a dot going there for Wham as well. Let's check out. Look, 4 villages on wood so far. 5, 5th one being added now. 4 on for Kasva as well. 5th one maybe being added. We shall see. We shall see. Neither player going for the gold just yet. Makes sense at this early stage of the game. Looking to kind of supervise or inspire these villagers, making them work 40% faster or gather 40% faster as well, so that they can pump out those fishing ships. First fishing ship is on the way for Kasva, and the dock is just being built now for Wham. So Wham's going to be a bit delayed in terms of the fishing ship. This is obviously very minor details, but minor details is what can spread things and make differences at this level of gameplay. Okay, Holy Roman Empire, I mean, it's very unlikely. We could see some feudal age aggression, but probably very unlikely from either player. 2 villages from Kasva now, going towards the gold mine. Which, speaking of aggressive play, it looks like Wham's either going to be trying an outpost or walling up, and it is actually walling up, looking to secure the middle aspect of the Danube River. There is that sacred site, of course, and if he can actually wall this up, that would be nice for him. We should see if he actually manages to do it, though. Because obviously Kasva might have something to do with that, but the scout is in play, so I suspect it will work. Yeah, Kasva got 4 villages on gold, looking to get that feudal age uptime, and Wham looking to get some map control with the walls. Yeah, 5 villages on gold. It's going to be a fast castle for Kasva at least. And I suspect the same for Wham. Yeah, sending 4 villages, probably another one coming relatively soon. So I hope you guys are enjoying the set so far, the second game of the best of 5, and also the series of games. I'm looking to cover the whole of the June monthly finals, so if you miss a game, you want to catch up, in fact you just want to watch the whole thing again, just follow the thumbnails, they're all numbered, looking to get all the games casted. And do give me some feedback on the casting of the games as well if you enjoy it, because I'm looking to develop myself as a caster. I'd love to do it professionally, but we shall see. We shall see if anyone Thinks it's worth me being paid for it. We shall see. 2 scouts there for Kasva, looking to push that villager back now. And Kasva's going to wall up himself. He's quite happy to surrender that central portion, it seems. Just for now, at least. There is another way into the central area. There's a bridge halfway across. That could be something that Kasva utilizes. That villager will get away with it. A lot of sheep there for Kasva. Let's just see if he's got quite a few. He's still got quite a few there. Sheep, on the other hand, are relatively dwindling for Wham. He's going to have to rely on the fishing ships, which is not obviously a bad idea. And I like what Kasva's doing here, because he's actually taking the fishing that's opposite, that he can't gather with the shorefish with the villagers on this side. He's using the fishing ships to do that on the opposite side. And that is the age up coming in for Wham. Let's see what he's gone for. The Archon Chapel, no doubt. Yep, it is indeed. Going to be able to inspire the villagers on the wood line. Partially, anyway, at least. But when the villagers come towards the lumber camp, they'll get inspired. Going to be inspiring the berries and partially the deer as well. Maybe we need to push in some of the deer. And that might be something. Yeah, it looks like that's what he's doing. Going to push in the deer Wham into the inspiration zone. Guys are just looking to siege down this gate slowly but surely. Going up with 6 villagers on the Archon Chapel. Archon Chapel being built for Kasva as well. Let's take a look at the influence that he develops on there. Woodline, the gold, the deer, the sheep. Probably a little bit better for Kasva, I have to say. Especially if you can push in those deer. As you can see that Wham is doing right now. And that's actually key, because the villagers, once they start hunting the deer, they're actually relatively static. It's not like they, I suppose they do drop off the meat, the mill, which is going to be doing now, but all under the inspiration there, so nicely done there by Wham. As for using 10 villagers to get the Archon Chapel up, he wants that feudal age now. He gets it, and both players get up to the next age pretty much at identical times. Holy Roman Empire mirror match, eh? Last castle into relics is probably going to be the play. Regnitz Cathedral, they're going to be contesting the relics, I suspect, and then maybe looking to go to the Imperial Age. We shall see. Maybe some heavy castle age might be in play. We don't know yet, just yet. Looks like Wham looking to deny this, keep this open as well if you can, to stop Kasva from walling up. This is actually really interesting. So Wham is going to be able to get his own wall to protect himself, but he's also going perpendicular so that Kasva can't wall up himself. That's actually quite key, because that way he'll maintain control of that central area at least. There is a scout for Kasva looking just to snipe this villager, or at least prevent the villager from walling up, but that's not going to happen. The villager will get the foundations down. You see a horseman on the field coming out for Kasva in the feudal age. Kasva looking to get some map control. Looks like Wham is actually going for more of a naked fast castle though. It looks like Kasva going to be... Hang on a minute. Okay, yeah. Looks like Kasva going to be getting some horsemen to secure the relic positions, it seems. Wham, on the other hand, looking for a faster uptime so he can get there quicker, but Kasva has just about got enough to click up now. Wham doesn't yet. Actually, he must have, actually. Wait, am I missing something? Has he placed the foundation? Where's the landmark going for Wham? Oh, he hasn't got the resources yet. Just a couple more gold. Once he does get the gold, I'm sure that castle age will be coming in. Kasva on the way already with the Regnitz Cathedral, I suspect. Oh, galley been put down. There is the Regnitz Cathedral for Kasva. Galley looking to snipe the fish, and Kasva's panicking. Well, not panicking, but he's going to have to... These ships look like they're panicking. They're going to have to backtrack here. And this is so key because he hasn't been able to wall up across the map here. So he can't deny the galley making their way through, and there's not a lot that can be done. I think Kasva's just going to lose all these fishing ships. He needs to get some militia on the field. He doesn't have anything. He's waiting for the castle. He might be able to get a junk though, which will certainly help his position. But... Sorry, a Hulk rather. But will the Hulk being quick enough? And I don't think it will. Kasva's going to lose a lot of fishing ships here. This is a perfect position for Wham. Whilst he does miss out on the castle age uptime, well, the problem for Wham, or the problem for Kasva, is that his fishing economy has completely gone idle now, whereas Wham hasn't. This is actually going to be really key. I think this is going to be a decisive moment in the game. The galley going to do a lot of damage. You can see fishing ships are melting. Oh, he's not actually finished that one off. That's actually important for Kasva. Might be able to heal these one up. Kasva not investing in a Hulk though. That's actually rather surprising that he didn't. He's going to garrison 3 of the fishing ships. Going to run away as best as he can. Wham does get to the Castle Age now. Yeah, that's the problem. Going to use 3 as a distraction to continue fishing, possibly. Yeah, Horseman looking to deny the relic pickups for Wham. That's actually quite strong in one way. We hear the relic being deposited, so Regnitz Cathedral does have 1 relic sitting in there for Kasva now. Sending another prelate. Regnitz Cathedral has been built now for Wham. Yeah, 1 more fishing ship does go down. I think Kasva's finally going for a Hulk. It's going to be a Wololo here. Trying to get the Horseman. The Horseman will just about get out of there. Yes, he does indeed. And Wham going to be securing one of the relics as well. Oh, the relic has been sniped there for Wham with the Horseman and Scout. Another conversion, another Wololo for Wham with a second relic here. Oh, Wham's going to get the conversion. And Wham gains. I don't know if he gained a Lancer, but he certainly gained a Horseman. That is huge. Kasva missing out there. That would be a second relic coming in for Wham. He decides to move back with the prelate. He's busy microing here. Villager going forward for Kasva. Maybe to secure the sacred site, we shall see. And there is the Hulk there, looking to try and take out the galley, offer some protection for the fishing ships, but so much idled economy, only 8 fishing ships left for Kasva. We shall see how much Wham has. Wham still has a good... Well, he only has 7 anyway. Actually, so he's had less anyway. But in any case, the idle time caused was quite significant. And Kasva looking to bring a relic back home. If this Lancer is not paying attention, the Knight isn't paying attention, the Wham's Knight's going to charge in, going to snipe down that prelate again. Unfortunately for Kasva, he doesn't keep an eye on this. And he will possibly lose this monk. It might get there in time. Let's just see. Charge attack gets in there. A couple of hits. 1, 2. The prelate won't make it. It will become very close to the Regnitz Cathedral. It should be able to be picked up relatively quickly after that. The Hulk does take care of the galley. The galley definitely got its money's worth though, that's for sure. Great value there. And Wham has a Hulk in defense just in case he is pushed by Kasva. This is a massive amount of raiding here. Wham just dives straight through with his knights, getting some villager picks here on the wood line. Kasva's going to be hurting for wood quite quickly. But the town centre taking out a couple of scouts, but there are a couple of lancers there. Wham will not mind this at all. Kasva's losing a lot of villagers here. This is bad. A Wololo going there. It doesn't get a relic. Still doesn't get that relic. Holy smokes. That's a problem. Kasva under huge amounts of pressure here. Villagers dying left, right and centre. 20 villagers idled. 41 villagers there for Kasva. 44 for Wham. Kasva's idled economy is going to be hurting him. And Wham's going to be able to spiral this out of control, I suspect, if he keeps building, keeps training units. We'll lose a couple of knights, but he won't mind that at all. The amount of idled economy that he's caused. 20 villagers there in that one town centre. That's looking bad. And he sends the Hulk forward as well just to cause some damage, but does get the first hit against him. I think Wham is looking just to take out the fishing ships. He's not too worried about getting taken out by the Hulk. He's focusing fire on the fishing ships. Decides to back off, takes one out, and goes to head back home. Maybe heal up a little bit. Good little skirmish there. Wham definitely getting the initial first engagements, the better of them, that's for sure. Wham taking out another knight. Again, 20 villagers still idle, guys. That's such a huge amount of idle time. The knight will be taken down, or at least will be running away. The knight even survives. Ah, no, spoke too soon. Holy smokes, there's a lot of value there. 42 villagers for Wham. 40 for Kasva, so there might have been a bit of idle time. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. Might be the fishing ships as well, but in any case, villagers have been lost for Wham or something like that, but it does have a forward base here with another dock looking to push the fish. 3 stables, proxy with 2 outposts. Villagers being lost here though by the Hulk. Good defense here by Kasva. So we do see the Castle Age pressure here coming predominantly from Wham's side of things. Unfortunately, only 1 relic in there for Kasva. 2 relics are in for Wham. Wham. Looking strong in the second game of 5. Again, the woodline completely in trouble here. Kasva never really got walls up or protected that economy here. Now is under pressure. 3 knights going to do so much damage, so much value. Again, 11 villagers idle for quite a significant period of time. And we hear another relic behind us. I suspect that relics are being picked up here by Wham. Yeah, Wham happy just to keep this army here. May lose them. Another Wololo going for Wham, looking to secure that relic there, but the Hulk is under pressure. Ooh, who will win this one? This could change the tide of the fight. Knight looking to siege down the Hulk, maybe. Oh, the Hulk focus fired on the Knight instead of the Hulk. And now it's Wham's Hulk that wins that. Now Hulk can go back. We may even just go for the fishing ships. He's going to go straight for the fishing ships. And Wham will be looking to send another prelate, guarding this by 4 Knights. There are 5 Knights here for Kasva. Going to be a charge attack here in the center. Big charge attack there. Wham not really getting an engagement there at all. And that was a good engagement for Kasva, that's for sure. Guys, this is heating up. Second game of the set. Kasva desperate to take the win. Villager count 48 for Wham, 41 for Kasva. Don't forget, 2 relics in the Regis Cathedral. Incredibly strong. Got another monastery. Looking to get another relic in as well. The relic there, still there, are ripe for the taking. On the left side, Kasva looking to chase down those 2 Knights. Does have the numbers advantage. Would team that fight up if he took it. And now behind this Wham looking to wall up his main base. Maybe thinking about going to the Imperial Age for the Palace of Swabia. And 2 Hulks there on the field, looking to snipe the fish. Not diving in, actually maintaining water control on this side of things, keeping an eye on things. Knights there for Kasva, looking to push forward. We hear the relic being picked up finally for Kasva. Actually going forward with it, looking to maybe get some Wololos. That's kind of curious. I'm not sure why he's going forward with that. It decides to go back up towards the north of the map, going around the woodline. Goes the long way around. Might be sniped again. I don't know why he went forward and then back. Holy smokes, the Knights will look to snipe that monk if he realizes it doesn't. Pulls the villagers off the gold. Knights in for Kasva, looking to chase. Gets a villager pick though, and that's again another village that goes down. And idled economy, but Wham will lose the Knights there. We're sending another Knight to try and snipe the monk, the prelate. I think he probably won't get it this time. Close though. Oh, he doesn't deposit it. He still doesn't deposit it. Oh, that's probably the 3rd prelate that's trying to get there. And we see a outpost there for Kasva being garrisoned as well. Going to be helping destroy the Hulk ship. But there's the Imperial Age for Kasva. Kasva is the one who goes to the Imperial Age first. Over the Palace of Swabia. Going to try and equalize the villager count. It's going to be needing to, because he is behind on villagers. 55 for Wham and 42 for Kasva. Wham pulling ahead on the villager lead. We're looking to go to the Imperial Age himself relatively soon though, so not to worry for his side of things. But to be fair, in that time, Kasva might be able to catch up on the villager count. No surprises there. The Palace of Swabia being built by Wham. Again, Knights just being constantly sent in just to idle the economy, pick villagers left, right and centre as they can. Relic still sitting there, staring in the face. That's 300 gold per minute potentially. In the centre of the map, Prelate heading forward, looking to maybe garrison in one of these outposts, which actually be nice for the protection on the side of things. There we have it. There's the Imperial Age for Wham. Villager count 58 for Wham, 46 for Kasva. Kasva reduced the gap a little bit, but that gap will not reduce any further, I suspect. Quite a few outposts for Kasva defensively, looking to secure his position. It's been under raids throughout the whole game almost. The Prelate is heading back now to deposit that relic in the Regis Cathedral. Spot capped for Kasva. Is losing houses, I suspect. It just, yeah, it's a tough spot. His population capped at 60 somehow. Oh, there's a raiding here. Kasva looking to dive the woodline. We'll get some picks here. But obviously with the Palace of Swabia, raiding is going to be less effective here because the Palace of Swabia just print the villages again. Kasva doing some damage though, has to be said. With quite a few knights here diving underneath the town centre quite happily. And there's Palace of Swabia and the outpost. Not sure if that's sustainable. We'll be picking off knights left, right and centre, but that's a lot of arrow fire they'll be taking. They are tickled by the arrows, these knights, but they will be taking apart. Fishing economy still up and running for Kasva. I wonder how those knights got in actually, because Wham is fully walled up, or so it would seem. Might have been a cheeky transport. Doesn't seem like it. There's no way the transport could get through. He must have been hiding in there for a while. In any case, things have quietened down now. I think both players are going to be booming up using the Palace of Swabia. Now, what we have seen in other Palace of Swabia plays for the Holy Roman Empire in mirror matches, I've seen it before. I can't remember which matchup it was, but there was one player that actually kept on building villages with Palace of Swabia and the main town centre, whereas the other player only just built villages with the Palace of Swabia. And whilst during other Civ matchups, you know, Holy Roman Empire against any other civilization, you probably only want to just stick with the Palace of Swabia because the villages are cheaper. In a mirror match, you probably actually want to continue producing from the main town centre. Textiles coming in, Wham now trying to protect the villagers. Knights do go down for Kasva. Villagers looking to be sniped though for Wham. Kasva's knights do just go past. Do get some charge attacks on the villagers. Textiles comes in, or at least upgrade hardened spearman does. Kasva now is finally getting the walls up, getting a keep defensively as well. Finally securing his position. Probably had enough of being raided here. Let's take a look at the military count. 7 for Kasva, 26 for Wham. That economy during the mid-castle age is all converting into army, as you can see. And that's what the snowball is all about. This raiding issue in Castle Age was not necessarily to kill Kasva, but it was to delay him in his military production and make him commit to these static defences, of which villagers were taken off of other resources that he could have been building army with. Sacred Site has been captured as well by Wham, not to mention another gold trickle there for him. Not to mention the 2 relics that were in the Vegas Cathedral for a significantly longer period of time for Wham. Oh, another keep going on the wood line. Kasva has nightmares of this wood line being raided. Not happening again. He doesn't want it to happen again. A sneaky dock with the villager going there, looking to snipe the villagers. I'm not sure if Wham sees that. Let's just take a look if he does. He doesn't see that. Oh, just holy smokes, by just one tile. That's so close. Kasva going to get away with it. Might do some significant damage to the fishing economy for Wham if that goes up. What do we see in terms of military? We see a couple of barracks going up for spearmen for Kasva. Well, I'm looking to get the Sacred Site on the left side. If you can actually stonewall this up, it does have stone in the bank, 300 odd. If you can stonewall this up, that could be a really strong position, because that will not only give him the gold trickle, but it activates the timer for a win condition. Well, the knights are going to be raiding again. It's not the woodline this time, it's the farming economy around the town centre. Wham diving in with a significant number of military. As we said, those numbers of knights really built up, but they might be running into a problem here with the spearmen. There is to defend all sacred sites. Sacred site counter has been activated at around 9 minutes 30 seconds. So Kasva is going to need to deal with this night raid as well as decamp the sacred sites. Will he be able to do both? It remains to be seen. There is the Hulk. There is no Hulk. I thought there was a Hulk. But anyway, the dock is producing demo ships. Those demo ships that Kaz is going, looking to get some big bada booms. The knights are raiding, going to be doing some villager damage, not too much extras to see. We're going to keep an eye on the bada booms. We're going to keep an eye on the demolition ships. It's actually this side of things. Oh, there's a demo ship. Oof, decent number here. At least four fishing ships go down with that demo ship. Nice value. And now the knights are going to be raiding. Kasva looking to defend with these spearmen, which are veteran at the stage, but they're up against elite knights. The elite knights will trade quite effectively, although not ideally, because it's still a hard counter there. Bringing back the hulks, transport ship. That's how the knights got through. So they completely skipped the defenses, and this is how winning water can be so influential on Danube River. Do we see another demo ship coming anytime? Another one is queued up. Actually, no, it's a Carrack. Yeah, it's a Carrack coming out for Kasva. Stonewalling for Wham, as you can tell in the center, we suspected that would happen. So look to protect that sacred site. If he manages that, that'll be incredibly strong. Left side of sacred site being stonewalled as well again. Kasva under a lot of pressure. He's going to need to try and push out somehow, but he's under raids constantly. And that's the problem for Kasva. He can't go forward because he has to deal with this first. And not only that, the army composition for Kasva is relatively static in terms of spearmen. They don't have the great mobility you'd expect. There's the Carrack, going to be sniping a lot of the fishing economy. Holy smokes, one-shotting them. The knights raiding the wood line. Kasva looking to deny and try and trap them. This is looking rough for Kasva, has to be said. Let's take a look at the village count. 99 for Wham, 98 for Kasva, relatively equal, but the military on the field tells a different story, I suspect. 36 for Wham, 38 for Kasva. Kasva has actually been able to build up the numbers, but don't forget the units are a lot cheaper in the form of spearmen for Kasva than it is for Wham in the form of elite knights. Stone walls going up to secure that position. Stonewall's going up here as well. Kasva looking to get an outpost. Don't forget the activated timer. Two-handed weapons has come in for Kasva, so Kasva may be looking to switch for man-at-arms. We shall see, because we do have quite a few barracks and spearmen looking to defend that position, but transport ship might be happening again, because WAM does have quite a lot of army on the field in terms of sea units. He's got carracks, got one carrack and two hulks, and these are the transport ships that might be a bit sneaky. And this is the thing that Kasva needs to try and do now. He needs to get these sacred sites because they have been stonewalled. Kasva is on a ticking timer here. And WAM looking to get the map control with stonewalls here as well. This is actually one-way access that Kasva could get through. But that's slowly looking to be sealed up by WAM. WAM getting a lot of map control. Getting access to the central gold as well. Getting the siege workshops. Looking to get the barracks production on this front line. This could be a problem because this is actually another form of attack that WAM can actually place. He just needs a gate here and can run straight into the heart of Kasva's base. Things are starting to heat up. Let's take a look at the numbers. That's where the interesting bits will lie. 108 villagers, 49 military for Kasva, 114, only 27 military for WAM. So WAM's had to take a bit of a hit in terms of military numbers, try and make sure that he gets the static defenses in the form of stone walls and keeps and whatnot. But as the game goes on, he's actually switched to Landsknecht, which is actually a really nice switch because if he's anticipating the man-at-arms, he's going to need to fight something. He needs to find another solution, Kasva, to be able to break through, or he's actually going to get through before the stone walls. These stone wall foundations went ages ago, but this will be denied, and Kasva looking to push through in the middle, looking to decap the sacred site. The stone walls will be going behind this, so the spearmen are relatively trapped now. And I think, okay, that's actually good timing for WAM. But don't forget, with the new patch, until these walls are fully built, they are actually able to be attacked by military. Kasva's not noticed though, and so these stone walls get fully built. That is huge. A gate being put down as well. WAM managing to cut off the spearmen. I'm not sure if the gate can be destroyed now. Villagers will be going down. Oh, the sacred site is going to be decapped on the west side. WAM doesn't have anything on the west side. This is an issue. He needs to get the military here now. Quick time. He's going to send the Landsknecht there. And those will rip through those spearmen, but they need to get there in time. This is quite intelligent from WAM. He's actually keeping the villagers there so that he doesn't get decapped. He's going to heal the villagers with the prelate, buys himself some time for the Landsknecht to get there, and so the spearmen aren't actually decapping it just yet. Sacred site, religious monastery being put down by WAM. And the Landsknecht to push those spearmen away. Spearmen can't take the fight here. Going on spread formation because he doesn't want the area effect damage to affect him. Holy moly. There we are. This is great to have these ships here. The Hulk looking just to patrol the waters. Spearmen looking to get some value, but there's not a lot these guys are going to be able to do on their own without any siege accompanying. And the fact is that the stone walls are in place here, so Kasva has no way through. Oh, this is a nice addition here, adding even more stone walls here. If you can wall this part off here as well with a gate, that would be ideal. And the counter is ticking. Tick tock, tick tock. Kasva is on a timer. Bombards being sent through. 2 bombards for WAM. Looking to just snipe anything they can and then run back behind the gates. In the middle though, there is a couple of spearmen. Not going to do too much damage. The spearmen mass are trying to affect the main base. There's actually nothing here for WAM. That'll become a problem. He's looking to rush down some barracks here. Maybe get some Landsknecht from this defensive position. But he's actually population capped. 190 population. He needs another house. Even if he loses his economy here, it won't mind too much. So I don't think WAM minds this too much actually. To be totally honest, I don't think he minds it at all. In fact, he's going to go forward with the Landsknecht. Going to go to his forward position. He's going to siege down the production buildings for Kasva. That's going to become a problem very soon. Because if that's not checked, Kasva doesn't really have any military to snipe down the bombards. That is a huge problem for him. His military is far forward in terms of spearmen. Going to snipe villages, but as we say, with the HRE, you're not really too worried about losing villages when you've got the Palace of Swabia. House is going to start to be taken down now. Kasva's going to get housed if he's not careful. Now the bombards doing great work here. Pushing forward with the Landsknecht. You hear the ticking timer. 3 minutes on the clock. for Kasva to push this back and somehow regain control, but I don't know if he's going to manage it. He might be able to go in through the back, but there's just so many barracks here that army production will be too huge. The Spearmen do go back for Kasva, looking to defend his main base. The Lance Connector going to rip through them. Again, Kasva losing everything. This will be the second game. He's keen to try and stay alive if he can. Bombard's in behind, nicely protected. There's a culverin to add into the mix. And if the Regnant's Cathedral gets taken down, that's 600 gold per minute denied from Kasva. And holy smokes, the Lance Connector just going to siege down the town centre. There's a couple of spearmen still harassing the villagers back at home for Wham, but again, Wham's not going to be too worried about that, that's for sure. He's still at 185 population, pushing on the front lines. 29 minutes into the game, and things are looking bad here for Kasva. He's going to lose the Mangonels. Lance Connector versus Lance Connector, but Wham just has the superior numbers here, and the landmark has been destroyed. The Regnant's Cathedral goes down. 3 bombards on the culverin now, getting the housing situation problematic for Kasva. Kasva doesn't have the population anyway. He's going to have a villager pool. Oh, we thought it was going to be a villager pool, but actually the villagers retreat. We're going to lose the main town centre to the bombards. Lance Connector going to actually take care of the man-at-arms that are being pushed through. And Lance Connector from Kasva will start to try and snipe the bombards, but the bombards retreat. I think Kasva knows that this is going to be the end of it because he's got no timer, hasn't been able to make any headway on the sacred sites. Let's just take a look. Putting a keep there. There's no siege to take care of the stone walls. That's the main issue. No woodland to chop through. There's no way in. I'm afraid Kasva won't be able to decap the sacred sites anytime soon, it seems, and he knows it, he calls it. Wham takes the second game of the set. The best of 5 is heating up. Kasva taps out, and it's going to be match point to Wham. Kasva needs a response. Game number 3, ladies and gentlemen, between Kasva and Wham in the quarterfinals for Pool 2 for the June monthly finals for the Road to Redbull Wololo Legacy, hosted by EGCTV. Holy smokes, that was a mouthful. In any case, in the northeast corner of the map, we've got Kasva playing in blue as the Abbasid Dynasty. In the southwest corner of the map, in red, we've got Wham playing as the Rus. The map is 4 lakes. It's going to be an interesting matchup. I feel like the Rus are incredibly strong on this map because of the fact their fishing economy is so strong. The fishing ships don't have to return back to the dock to drop off the food. The Abbasid Dynasty, on the other hand, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced of them as a civilization on 4 lakes because their main eco bonus often revolves around the economic wing and fresh foodstuffs. And the fresh foodstuffs means that the villages cost 50% less. But you see, on a map like 4 lakes where food is in total abundance in the form of deep water fish, it just feels like that bonus has less of an impact. Because of course your opponent is going to be fishing. So sure, the bonus is still going to be static in terms of 50% of a villager. A villager costs, I believe, 50 food, so it's going to be cutting off 25 food per villager. But when you put it in the grand context of things, of the faster gathering rate of fishing, really as a percentage, that saving is not as big. So I feel like the Abbasid Dynasty, really, you have to go up possibly with the culture wing. And we have seen the Mist to do that quite on a few occasions. So it'll be interesting to see how Kasva plays this one out, where they go to the culture wing over the economic wing. On the other side of things, the Rus have a strong ability to get the bounty system, which will be enough gold to get themselves to the next stage. Not only that, be able to unlock tiers of bounties being accumulated, which will unlock certain benefits, with tier 2 usually being the aim of 250 bounties, already at 175. Tier 2 would unlock 10% villager food harvesting rate, in addition to what it already is, and hunting cabins generating gold every 24 seconds. As you can see, the fishing ships will be coming out soon for Wham. I don't think Kaz has docked just yet. Oh, he has docked indeed. He's got 2 fishing ships as well, actually. So Kaz has got the fishing ships a little bit earlier than Wham at this stage. And not to mention as well that one way you can deny your opponent's fishing is by destroying their dock. Because if any other civilization you lose your dock, that's the drop-off point for your fish food. But for the Rus, if the Rus lose their dock, it's actually not a problem for the fishing ships that already exist, because they just drop off the food there and there. And so really, if you want to deny the Rus' fishing, not only do you have to get a dock, you have to kill the fishing ships themselves, because it's the fishing ships that do the drop-offs. So it's not enough just to take care of the dock for the Rus. Again, I think it's one of the reasons why the Rus are so strong and popular on 4 lakes so far. I'm not sure if I've seen them lose actually on 4 lakes. An interesting statistic. Although, actually take that back, I think I saw Rus lose against Holy Roman Empire, but no, the HRE are a different breed. 3 villagers on gold. Looks like a standard opening here for the Abbasid dynasty. Let's just see what he goes down to research in the next stage with. I hope you guys are enjoying the casted series so far. I'm certainly enjoying casting them and learning lots from them. We're making our way slowly through the whole of the series, the whole of the June monthly finals, trying to leave no stone unturned. And as we can see, wolves on the menu, because Kasva's going to try and deny the bounty. And Wham is wary of it, and he's might try and get the last shot. There, he got the last shot. Very sneaky there. That's what matters. Whoever gets the last shot on the wolves is the one that gets the bounty. Well, if you're the Roos anyway. Gonna look. Next shot will be careful. Ooh, Kasva did it. Very sneaky. Very nice micro there. You love to see it at this level of gameplay. Wham gives him a good hitting. Gives a good beating for his methods. Oh, there's 2 scouts there for Wham though. Looking to try and make an effective fight. Oh, Kasva's only going to back off there. He don't want to lose too much HP. Can't take that fight. Oh wait, he's still fighting. Kasva, no, don't do it. Pulls away with 23 HP. Golden Gate going for Wham. Expected, to be honest, going up with quite a few villagers. 8 being used to build that with the wooden fortress, which boosts the wood economy again. Fantastic for the fishing ships to be produced, because this wooden fortress will increase the wood drop-off by 20%. Oh, the scout might be lost by Wham here. The scout does go down. That loses some vision for Wham. But he does have 2 more on the field. Oh, he's going to go for a fortress rush. He was going for something with the villagers. Maybe looking to secure the relics. Maybe looking to dock. I think he's looking to dock this pond here and deny the fishing ships for Kasva. That could be really, really important actually, because there's 2 villagers going forward as well. So it means that Wham is really committing to it. Desperately wants to get that dock up, and if Kasva doesn't scout that, that'll be an issue. That'll be a big issue. There is the next age for Wham. Kasva is on the way up as well, looking to go up with the economic wing, so he's going to look to get fresh foodstuffs, and it certainly still helps, but I think as eco bonuses go, it's not as strong. Kasva himself looking to try and get a dock, does get 1 sneaky dock. We didn't even see that, it was so sneaky. Looking to try and destroy the fish for Wham. 1 dock will start to produce units, but he's not in the feudal age yet, so he'll need to wait before he can do that. And that gives Wham an opportunity here actually. He's going to collect lots of food, maybe think about getting Lodger attack ships himself, which is exactly what he's doing. Second dock does go up though, so Kasva will be a bit outproduced, but don't forget the Roos can actually convert these fishing ships into Lodger attack ships if he needs to. Villager trying to retreat for Kasva. She will die. 2 villagers here on the shorefish, so Kasva is aware now that his own pond is being docked. But there's no military unit being produced. Second dock going over for Kasva, just to be able to try and outproduce here. Definitely a fight for the waters here. There's the Lodger attack ship, starting to focus fire on the docks, but there are 2 docks here to take care of, so that will take some time. Yeah, we do see a Lodger attack ship coming out for Wham on that dock, but we shall see how they spread this thinly, because don't forget, Kasva's got 4 docks effectively. Is he going to focus on taking his opponent's fish, or try and defend his own? That remains to be seen. A 3rd dock, holy smokes, Kasva does not want to lose this position, that is for sure. Two villages being sent forward. I think Wham might get a wooden fortress. Possibly. Maybe even looking to just siege this down. Yeah, it is a wooden fortress. If he gets arrow slits in that, that'll be relatively effective here. New age begins for Kasva. Goes up with the economic wing. Fresh foodstuffs is queued up. As you can see, reduces the cost of reducing villages by 50%. Weak fishing ships are being garrisoned. There is the Lodger attack ship. Going to try and do some damage against the fishing ships. But more than anything, he's idling the economy, the fishing economy. Whereas the fishing economy for Wham is still roaring away. And it's actually, yeah, Wham is going to go to the west dock. He's going to go to the west pond as well. Get the fishing ships there for that food economy. It's going to be super strong. Fishing ships pop out for Kasva, but little do they know they're going to be running straight towards the Lodger attack ship. There is a Dao coming out for the Abbasid dynasty, not the strongest unit on the waters. It is an archer ship though. We shall see how they fare up against the Lodger attack ship. Lodger attack ship having 400 HP, the Dao having 500, slightly better HP, but the archer ranged attack for the Dao is only 10. For the Lodger attack ship it is 8, so actually it's a little less actually, to be fair. The Dao actually taking a different This could actually trade quite well. This actually could trade well because the Dao is being healed up by the dog, but there is a villager garrisoned in that wooden fortress. In fact, now Kasva looking to take out the other lodger fishing ships to do damage to the economy. Ooh, the 2 Daos pop out for the Abbasid dynasty on the home pond here. Wham's aggression has been stopped. Doesn't seem like there's going to be a way back here for Wham. He won't be able to produce anything meaningful here. And in his home dock, he has got a lodger attack ship going down. One is retreating. Will be able to be repaired by the dock, but the 2 Daos here doing a lot of damage here. Fishing economy is being harmed here for Wham. Golden Age tier 1 is activated for the Abbasid dynasty. Wham garrisoning in the lodger fishing ships. That has been converted to a lodger attack ship. I'm not sure, it might have been trained from new, but the Roos do have some fishing economy here on the left side. Oh, is that a dock going there? Or Kasva? Yeah, Kasva really looking to challenge the dock, the 4 lakes. And this is interesting, this map in this game, because it's not common you see such aggression on the waters. We're certainly seeing the Battle of the Waters today, though. Back on the land, we do see some horsemen looking to try and snipe the village on gold. We'll pick one of them. Kasva didn't notice, but the horseman could run into the town centre, probably die a quick death. Okay, but Kasva has denied this initial hunt for Wham. That's not ideal for Wham, but he has expanded on the left anyway. So we're looking to get that. But if Kasva can get the stock up in a good way, the lodger attack ship is patrolling this area, looking to try and deny any possibility of a dock coming up. As you can see, it's actually on patrol. So I think Kasva will struggle to get that dock on this position. So that's actually a nice position for Wham to get that fishing economy going. Looks like on land we do have Wham having some early knights and archers, which is the common combination of army for the Roos civilization, forcing an outpost from Kasva on the gold vein there. Yeah, these 3 Daos do have very good control of the waters there now. Spearmen in defense for Kasva. No one going for this white pond just yet. The stock's been there for ages as a investment for the landmark, for the blueprint, but hasn't been built. 2 villagers going around the left side. I'm not sure what they're up to. Need to keep an eye on these guys. Yeah, the 3 Daos there. Looking to slowly take out the initial dock. Yeah, I think these 2 villagers are being the sneaky ones, looking to try and get that dock up, built. Not sure if it's going to work though. Lots of spearmen, a couple of horsemen, or just 1 horseman for Kasva. Looking to defend his position. The issue is that, well, Kasva is quite far away from Castle Age. Wham's saving up the food and gold for it. Yeah, Kasva looking to try and get the dock up. It's not going to happen though. And Kasva has control of his own initial pond as well, so gathering a lot of fishing food. On the balance of things, the fishing economy is much stronger for Kasva. 3 fishing ships for the Roos, 4th being added. And a good number here, 11 for Kasva. Don't forget though, the drop-off point, see, the idle was kind of relatively idle, you can call it. Takes a bit of time for that food to actually be received for Kasva. Not a lot else going on. But there is the Abbey of the Trinity, that's the tech up for Wham. Looking to get hold of the relics, there's one right in front of his face as well, that's going to be nice for him. The Abbasid dynasty a lot further away. He actually had to invest in quite a lot of spears though, Kasva, it seems. Hiding out in the stealth forest they are. This is why Roos have been shown to be so strong on 4 lakes, because even if they lose the docks, it's not a problem. He's got a good 5 fishing ships that'll be there for the rest of the game. There is the Castle Age for Wham, which we'll need to see how Kasva will react. He probably will look to go to Castle Age himself, but we shall see. Castle Age coming in for Wham is actually going to expand to a 2nd town centre. Let's take a look at the villager count. 54 for Kasva. 65 for Wham. That's going to continue to increase, especially without any further expansion for Kasva. And that's understandable because often you use the docks as an expansion. A dock going up for Kasva on the right pond, looking to extend that fishing economy. Does lose the villager though. But the fishing ships will be coming out. Will Wham look to contest that? Not entirely sure. Does have the scout, probably sees it. Now, early knights running into the base. These are actually going to be, well, they're not going to be upgraded. They're just going to be running out of town centre, looking to try and get some villager picks. They will die because they're not hugely tanky at this stage, Feudal Age army. Spearman's going back in defence, but does idle the economy for Kasva just ever so slightly. But as you can see, the uptime now is 13 minutes 45 seconds for Kasva to get up to the castle edge, going up with the military wing. And horse archers are on the menu for Wham. Wham making these units popular again. It's not been often that we've seen the horse archer, but we do see it today. Okay, Wham looking to just snipe maybe for some fishing ships around the dock perhaps. Actually quite clever if he could range that. Maybe looking towards the gold. Market being built by Kasva, looking to balance the economy. Okay, horse archers being just kind of a bit annoying, not doing too much damage. Gonna lose a horse archer to the outpost if he's not careful. Does have Aristids, I think. No, Aristids is just coming in now. Archery range going down for Kasva. A nice response because the archers are the counter to the horse archer. So you'll want to mass them up if you can. And it looks like these villagers are going for Wham. Where are these guys going? Maybe towards the ball perhaps? Only 5 of them though. Where are these villagers going? He's going to look to dock again. He's going to try and take out the fishing economy once again. Wham, looking to pick up some relics. He's picked up one already. He does have a warrior monk there. Hasn't picked it up though. Yeah, that's a bit of a... Yeah, he's picked it up now. What are these villagers up to? These 5 villagers building a wooden fortress on the sacred site. Okay, interesting. That initial dock finally going to be taken down. Horse archers cycling on the right side, looking to get some value. Doesn't manage too much because there are Aristids in both these outposts on the woodline now. As reaches the castle age, and we see him progressing through the ages, getting some archery ranges for the counter for the horse archers. Capturing the sacred site Wham as well on his way back with the warrior monk. We should see 2 relics already picked up, a 3rd coming in, and a 4th is in possession. 2 sacred sites captured. Of being captured. This one picking up a relic as well. Holy smokes, he's getting all the relics on the field. He's got the superior economy, 2 town centers. Kasva actually lagging behind here. Only 65 villagers versus 80. And don't forget the relic situation is going to be adding to his problems. There we are. Wham bringing this one back home. Horsemen aren't there in time. Maybe looking to decap the sacred site, but there is nothing in the wooden fortress, so could potentially do it. No Aristids there just yet. Sacred site timer has been activated. Horse archers looking to pick apart the spearmen. Gonna have to mic this well. Oh, Wham, pull away. He does in time. Just loses 1 horse archer. Okay, 3 relics in that Abbey Trinity. I think you can only house 3, so it might be having another monastery somewhere on the field. Yeah, another monastery is on the field. 1 gets garrison there. And this is an issue. Wham is going to go up to the Imperial Age. That is incredible. The economy is booming. The fishing economy, this is nothing to be snuffed at, guys. Honestly, this must be so fast. We're going to take a look at the end of the game. Just how much food that Wham has managed to get. Actually, we might not. We'll see. In any case, the horse archer is being healed with the warrior monks as well. And that position is now being satisfied and protected by the springled emplacement in the wooden fortress. Oh, wouldn't it be nice? Bit of palisade walling here for Wham to protect that sacred site. Oh, and palisade walling this part as well. That would offer so much protection for that sacred site. But Wham seems to be in a lot of control here. Has that second town centre constantly producing villagers. 5 relics now. He's got all the relics on the field. 2 of the sacred sites. The Abbasid dynasty really lagging behind, both in villagers and gold income passive. New age does begin though for Wham. That's the Imperial Age. Kasva's in a world of problems here, that is for sure. The economy is just not strong enough. He's got quite a lot of military on the field. Let's take a look. 35 military for Wham, 59 for Kasva. But the problem for Kasva is that the push is going to be slow, and that's going to give chance for the economy to really boost in for Wham and get that military units up. I mean, the horse archers will become elite horse archers soon, I suspect. Streltsy being queued up for Wham. Streltsy at this stage of the game Kasva does not have a counter to that. Mangonels might do a decent job, but if Streltsy build up in a large mass, I'm afraid Streltsy will win the game. Kasva's starting to push forward though. He knows he's on a timer. Both the fact that he's being outproduced with villagers, but also because the sacred site timer is activated. He's going to either have to go for the sacred sites, or he's going to have to put pressure on the initial base and keep being put down for Wham. This is a nice spot. That's going to protect his economy. That's going to be going up at just the right time. And this is good because Wham is distracting Kasva, pulling his army away from the initial push. And that means the keep will go up. There are lots of rams there, or 2 rams. That will be sieged down by the villagers if Wham notices, and that's exactly what he does. He's going to take down the siege, and he won't mind losing the villagers at this stage. There are mangonels though. Mangonels might get a big shot on the villagers garrison inside the keep, and this is a position now Kasva's going to struggle to push from. Looking again to try and get a dock here, desperately trying to get a dock there, trying to rush it up. Might just about do it, but at what cost? 5 villagers there. Probably will work, probably will get the dock up, but is losing villagers here in order to do so. It's committed though. Horse archers are raiding in the main base, looking to pick off. I mean, I don't always go for the main dock, but he just maybe lost track of those units just for a second. And the thing for Kasva, he's actually switched. He started taking the pond there that used to belong to the Rus. Horse archer mass is actually really thinning out now, diving underneath the town centre is not really where he wants to be. Spearmen and crossbowmen cycling around the west side of the map, looking to get some value if they can. Looks to actually assault that woodline if he can, and the gold mine, but actually going to dive closer to the keep. That's not really what he wants to do. He pulls away, rightly so, and as we discussed earlier, the walls are going up for the Rus, getting that map control and that protection for that sacred site. On the west side though, the spearmen and crossbows looking to deal some damage against the Streltsy. The Streltsy numbers are starting to build up. That's got to be worrying for Kasva. Kasva nowhere near the Imperial Age, is spending all his gold. Rus looking in a comfortable position. There are lots of villagers there that could be in trouble, having to be pulled away. Looks at the fact, I mean, this is the thing, even Kasva, if he wants to try and take out the docks, it doesn't help. The fishing ships for Wham aren't dependent on those. Spearmen and crossbows going to suck around the left side. Wham pulling his army to chase them down. Spearmen looking to take out the relics, but actually can't. He's going to focus on the villagers, but the thing is, 62 villagers for Kasva, 98 for Wham. Wham's definitely got a villager leader, and actually Wham is being pushed down on the sacred sites here. A couple of spearmen looking to take out the wooden fortress, but I'm not sure if he'll manage it. He might do just about. Villagers being pulled back onto gold again. Streltsy taking decent trades against the crossbows. As you can see, having the static deployment here. The Streltsy clean everything up. Imperial Age units versus Castle Age units. Kasva struggling here. Let's take a look at the military numbers. 30 for Wham, 39 for Kasva, and that's Castle Age versus Imperial Age. Kasva in a sore spot. This is match point, don't forget guys, so if Wham wins this, he will be the one to progress to the semi-finals. But Wham still has both sacred sites. Again, Wham getting a lot of gold from this. Putting another sacred site around another wooden fortress around the sacred sites, but the villages will probably be taken down. Kasva hasn't decapped the sacred site yet though. Rams being produced, taken out by spring orbs. This is an issue for Kasva. And just every push that Kasva has, it always seems to be the case that Wham has a response. Two mangonels on the field which will rip apart these spearmen, of which there aren't even that many for Kasva left. Apparently there are 44 somewhere. This is the focus for attention, this northern sacred site. Wham looking to keep hold of it, just needs to keep a couple of units on the sacred site. You could probably deploy his Streltsy there, let them just sit there and fire and get the deployment. As you can see, they've got them now. Static deployment every 5 seconds that the Streltsy remains stationary. Boosts attack speed by 10% and damage by 3. Maximum plus 30% and plus 9. That is a huge amount. It's going to be ripping through these spearmen. Spearmen aren't able to do too much damage. There are some archers that are doing decent work against them, but the Streltsy static deploying there, really bolstering up. You can see the golden hue there, benefiting. Plus 3 range damage and 10% reload speed is activated for the Streltsy, and Kasva is under a lot of pressure. Being pushed back here, Kasva under trouble. He's not giving up just yet. This is the game that will seal his fate if he loses it. 3 mangonels now, looking to snipe villagers on the woodline. Looking to take out the barracks and the production buildings. The waypoint is backwards towards the main base. Needs to recover here, Kasva. Needs to save up for one big push and one big fight. Does have the fishing on the right side and the north side and the south side. It doesn't seem like that's going to be saving him here. The tech upgrade is there for Wham, and he's pushing ahead now with a lot of mangonels, guys. 3 mangonels, 3 spring ords. Streltsy as well. Happy to take trades here because I think he's just getting so much units, so many units here. Wham. Adding in the knights as well. Knights won't want to dive too quickly because there are spearmen in there. One of the knights does get poked down. Wham starting to push hard when it should be the other way. Kasva is really the one needing to be pushing, but he can't. The army's just not there for him at this stage. Both sacred sites still under control. Wham securing the position with a keep and a wooden fortress. The south side is completely walled off, more or less. This is looking rough for Kasva. Not able to push out from his base. 24 minutes on the mark. And it just feels like it's going to take one big fight. And Wham will be sealing his way into the semi-finals. You get the feeling it's going to take a miracle here for Kasva. He's building up in the military numbers, looking for one last hurrah. 57 military. Wham actually even has more numbers now. And that's actually a worrying sight because more numbers of military in terms of Imperial Age units is pretty intense. 2 bombards on the field as well, looking to siege down the outpost and the static defenses. Even hunting camp is being put for that gold passive income for Wham. Oh, looking to try and decap that south sacred site, but there are some horsemen. There are 3 scouts there for Wham. Just need to keep the units on there. Looking to keep Kasva, looking to solidify that position, but the problem is if he tries to get that keep up and commits heavily, then he might be in trouble in his main base. Looking to try and flank with the horsemen. There is a wooden fortress going up. That will see that once it does go up. Horseman looking to try and snipe the siege. The siege unpacks, gets pulled back. Streltsy goes on the front line. Horseman going to crash into the knights. Spearman looking to try and take out the knights for the ruse. But Kasva struggling here. Mangonels in the back, looking to be sieged down by the spearmen. There's too much to deal with here for Kasva. Too many unit types. And Kasva going to struggle now because the Streltsy have deployed. This is the last attempt. 2 minutes till Sacred Site defeat. That South Sacred Site has been captured or has been protected by Wham. He's getting the keep up himself. There's no real way that you see Kasva decapping that, I'm afraid, even with 2 villagers. Wham pushing forward on the front lines. Kasva military dwindling. Couple of archers there, not going to be enough. These guys are veterans versus the Streltsy, the Imperial Age army. Gunpowder units, guns beat archers, that's for sure. 2 villagers there for Kasva do get killed. Keep going up. Wham pushing on the front line, on every line, and that seals the deal. Wham takes the set 3-0. He books his place into the semi-final. He is making strides towards that progress to that final to try and be the champion for the road to Redbull Wololo Legacy June finals, and if he does that, he'll book himself a ticket to Castle Heidelberg in Germany. What a fantastic set. Let's move on to the next one. The next set we're going to be seeing is the Mr. versus Iron Magic. Stick around for that, guys. Click that right end card screen now if you want to go to that match. Hopefully I'll see you there. Take care, and see you next time.